Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our lesson today. It is Wednesday and it is our math and science lesson. So I'm glad you're here. Let's get started. First thing we're going to do is give another birthday shout out the whole month of June. We're going to be giving a shout out to Sony Ashley. Happy birthday, love. I hope it's a good one. And let's go over our promise. Remember your pinky promise. Participate. Be respectful. That just means treat other people the way you want to be treated. Okay. Now, for on time, microphones muted is the M. I is include your name so I know who I'm talking to. S stands for stay in your spot, stay seated. And E is eyes on the screen, eyes on me. All right, that's your promise. Thank you for keeping your promise. The lesson always goes better when we keep our promise. Now, let's run and jump forward. Talk about what we're doing today in math and science. Yeah, it's our math and science lesson. Okay, all right. What are we doing in math today? Well, the first thing we're going to do is look at shapes. Yes, we are going to identify and sort 3D, or what we call solid shapes, by describing them. Yeah, we're going to talk about their properties, or we can call them attributes. Yeah, we'll talk about that a lot, and we'll have a lot of fun sorting those shapes after we describe them. All right. Now, what are we doing for science? Then, about halfway through the lesson, we're going to take a quick brain stretch break, and then we're going to jump into science. And you know what's cool about science? We're doing a lot of the same thing. We're going to identify and sort objects. Oh, you mean just like we did with our shapes? Yeah. And we're going to be able to do that because we'll be describing them and describing their properties, their attributes. So it's almost like using your senses to describe how things feel, touch, taste. It's sort of like that, all right? It's sort of like describing so you can identify an object. It's like a mystery. I love mysteries. Let's move on and see what we can learn about sorting, identifying shapes and objects based on their properties. All right, we're going to Nearpod. But before we do, I had this beautiful picture I received from a student last year. And I love this picture because it shows both 2D, we learned about 2D, flat shapes, and she's included some 3D solid shapes. Wait a minute, she knows the difference between the shapes? Yeah. The first thing we want to do is review what the shapes are so we know the difference between 2D plain or flat shapes and 3D solid shapes, three-dimensional solid shapes. And my friend here drew some wonderful examples. So let's look over them and see if we can know the difference between a 2D and a 3D shape. And can we describe them? So when you're looking at a shape, how can you tell whether it's 2D or 3D? Now, if I just said the color, oh, look at the pink one. Well, if I said only the color, would you be able to tell if it's a 2D flat plane shape or 3D solid shape? Probably not. What if I said it's big, or it's small? Does that really tell you or identify the properties of a shape? No, not really. It's helpful if I want to know just the color or the size of a shape. But if I don't know what shape you're talking about, the color and the size probably won't help me. So by you describing the shape in more detail, I should be able to choose the correct shape that you're thinking of. Once we can identify the shape after you describe it fully, then I can sort them. Oh, okay, okay. Miss Cruz says to put all of the objects that are 3D in one pile and then put all the shapes that are 2D, yeah, those flat plane shapes in another pile. Let's sort them that way. Is that the only way we can sort shapes? What if we wanted to sort them even more? What if we wanted to sort them by the number of vertices? Oh, okay. Miss Cruz says only put the shapes with 4 vertices in this basket. And in this basket over here, only put the ones with 1 vertice or vertex. I love sorting, just like going in your room and sorting your toys, just like sorting your clothing, sorting the socks. Oh, we have to find out how we're going to sort them. And usually it's by describing their properties. Understood? Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about how we can sort and identify plants or other objects in the world, not just shapes. Yeah. So if you're a really good scientist, which I know you are, you can also describe the properties of objects, and we can sort them based on your description, how you describe them. All right. So we have to know how to describe an object in detail. Okay. And then how we can sort them in a variety of ways, all different ways we can sort objects. All right. You guys ready to Nearpod? In our Nearpod today, we are going to practice identifying, sorting both shapes and objects in math and in science. All right, welcome back. Here I am. I joined you. It's 1 second later. And remember, when you are doing this on your own to practice, there will be a different code. And I will share that with your families after today's lesson. So, and I would love it if you practice this on your own. I would love it. So there's a lot to do. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is do math. Let's do some math. Let's talk about shapes. Shapes. I love shapes. Before we go on, I wanted to show you that I have a whole bucket of shapes here that are 3-dimensional solid shapes. And we're going to be looking at those and describing them, looking at their properties and attributes, and we can describe them and then maybe we can sort them. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is ask you a question. How confident do you feel about describing objects and sorting them? A, I'm really good at describing objects and sorting them. B, I need a little practice. C, I need help. I don't know how to describe these objects. A, B, or C, really good at it, need a little practice, or C, I need lots of help. It's okay to say that. It is. That way I know who needs help. And then that's what I'm here to do, help you. So tell me how you feel about sorting and describing objects like shapes. Okay, here we go. Thank you for answering that. And in this video, we are going to learn more about shapes, specifically 3-dimensional solid shapes, not flat like paper, not those 2D flat paper shapes. You know, they don't stack, they just lay there like a piece of paper. These are 3D solid shapes like a cube. They have additional sides and faces, vertices, and edges. Oh, yeah, I love the kind you can stack, slide, and roll. All right, let's learn more about it. All right, here we go.
Let's sing about 3-dimensional shapes. No two look the same. We see these 6 shapes everywhere. Let's learn them all by name.
Oh my goodness. We're going to learn the shapes the 3D solid shapes, 3D dimensional shapes. But first question, how are they different from the 2D plane shapes? When I held up that cube, remember this 3D solid shape? It looks very different from just a flat square, doesn't it? A flat square that's like a piece of paper. Doesn't it look a little different? Do you see some differences too? That's right. So they have more or extra sides. Did you say they have edges? Yes, I agree. Did you say that sometimes they have more vertices or corners? The owie points, ow, ow, ow. Those are called vertices. And the edges are the long line where the two faces meet. Any faces that meet up, that is now called the edge. You could fall off the edge. Don't fall off the edge. Ah! Okay, never mind. Now, it's important that you do know the difference between 2D and 3D solid shapes. Let's continue.
Let's start with spheres like the Earth and the Moon and the sun in our sky of blue. Balls are spheres that are lots of fun. Oranges and marbles are too. There are 6 sides on each cube you find, and each side is a square. Sugar and blocks can be shaped like cubes, like the ice cubes in your glass there. Let's sing about 3-dimensional shapes. No two look the same. We see these 6 shapes everywhere. Let's learn them all by name. Rectangular prisms have 6 sides. I can think of quite a few. Like a shoebox, a train car, a long stick of butter, a brick and a suitcase too. With a circle on the bottom and a point at the top. A cone is a shape you'll see. Party hats and teepees are shaped like cones, and so is a green pine tree. Let's sing about 3-dimensional shapes. No two look the same. We see these 6 shapes everywhere. Let's learn them all by name.
So how can we describe shapes? Before we continue and learn a few more, how do we describe a shape? How can I read your mind and know what shape you're thinking of if you don't describe it to me? Think about some of the properties or attributes that our friend was singing to us. How many sides it might have? Does it have edges or vertices? Can it roll, stack, slide? Is it flat like paper? These are all fabulous ways to describe and then be able to sort them. Yeah, if you don't describe them, we don't know which shapes you're talking about, and then we have no idea how to sort them. I don't know. How many does this have? I don't know. What does this have? You need to be able to tell us. So practice. Practice describing shapes that you see in your world. To practice.
Cylinders of circles
Aw,
at
my
each
second
end,
favorite.
like a soup can or paper towel roll. Drinking straws and glasses have cylinder shapes, and so does our school flagpole. What shape has 3 or more triangular sides and a point at the top? Can you guess? A base can be a square or a different shape. Say a pyramid and I'll say yes. Let's sing about 3-dimensional shapes. No two look the same.
Okay, let's stop and look at that really quickly. I see a cube. See the green cube on the far left, that on the top, that is a green cube, and it has 6 faces. When I see my cube, this is how I count. Now be careful, because it's so easy to get lost and not remember how many faces or sides it has. Watch how I do this. This is really important. I always hold it steady, so I don't turn it around. Don't turn it around. You'll get dizzy and lose count. Hold it steady and only move one hand. Now, this is how I do it. I say 1, 2, and then I go around the back, 3, and then 4 is way over here. And then I tap the top and the bottom and keep going. 5 and 6. 6 sides. Now watch what happens when I try to move it. When I move the cue, watch what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I can't remember. Million? I don't know. Oh, I got lost. Hold the shape steady and only move your counting hand. Okay. I always start in the front, 1, and then I go around the sides, 2, 3, 4, and then top and bottom, 5, 6. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. Wow. And you can do the same thing with the edges. I run my finger along the edges. There's a lot of them. So I start in the beginning, and remember, hold it steady. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready? Now I do the bottom. 5, 6, 7, and then around this side, 8. And now I do the ones that are going up and down. 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh, those are called edges. See those edges? Awesome. Now I can also do the same thing with the vertices. All right, those are the corners. And I keep it steady one more time, and I start in the front. 1, I touch the little owie points, the corners or vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ow. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ow, those are sharp. So I have 6 faces, 12 edges, and 8 vertices. Wow, what a cool thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 8 vertices. That is a great way to describe your shapes. Talk about their sides, their faces, their edges, their vertices. That's how. Now, our job is to identify the shapes. Remember their names, right? So we practiced describing the properties of shapes. Now, can you remember their names? So let's see if we can slide the shapes into their spot on the table to match their name. Can we do it? Tell me what shape this is. So the first box says sphere. Remember the silly sphere that rolls all over the place? Can you find that? Mr. Sphere. How does that look? Am I right? Okay, let's try this one, next one. It says cone. Cone? Miss Chris's favorite. It's an ice cream cone. Oh, I know that one. Turn upside down and put some ice cream in it or on it. Next, oh, that's a big one. Rectangular prism. Can you find the one with the rectangle? Oh, yes, rectangles. That's right. It has rectangles on its faces, some of its faces. So that's a good one. All right, let's try this one. Pyramid. Starts with P. Pyramid. Can you find the pyramid? It's a square pyramid. Yeah, it's got a square in the bottom. Very nice. How about the cylinder? My second favorite, cylinder. It can roll, stack, and slide. I love that one. It's a lot of fun. I love that one. It reminds me of a, I don't know, can of soda, maybe? All right, what's the last one say? Cube. You know the cube. He's so cute. He's a cute cube. All the faces are the same size. It all have a bunch of squares all over it, doesn't it? And that one we went over the properties of that one. We read off and counted all the attributes, all the faces, the edges, the vertices, everything. All right, let's move on. Oh, look what we get to do now. We identified the shapes. We know their names. We sort of reviewed the difference between a 2D flat plane shape and a 3D solid shape like these. Now we're going to practice writing down the number of attributes or number of properties of each shape. The first one's done for you. They did my favorite shape, the cone. Where's the cone? Yum, 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 cone. Ice cream cone. So they already did it. Look at that. They wrote how many faces it has, how many edges it has, and how many vertex or vertices it has. Let's try that with the cube. Do you remember? Yeah. Remember we counted the cube, all the faces. Let's do it one more time. You ready? Hold it steady. Start in the beginning or the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 faces. Write that in. How many edges? Remember we had to run along the edge of each one. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then around the sides. 9, 10, 11, 12. Oop, write that in. 12. Make sure you write 12 right. We don't want to get those numbers backwards and say 21 by accident. Now, how many vertices? I remember that was 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 Howie points. I remember they were poking me, so I'm going to remember that. Now, can you do the pyramid? Oh, yeah, we can do the pyramid. Yes. All right, let me find my square pyramid. I've got it. Here it is. Look at my square pyramid. It's got a square at the bottom and triangles around the sides. And when you put all those square and triangles together, you make a solid square pyramid. This is a 3-dimensional shape. It's not flat. No, it's not. All right, let's count. How many faces? Hold it steady. Do the front first. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the one on the bottom, 5. That's it. 5 faces. How many edges? Okay, we're going to run along the edges. Oh, I don't know. I'll pick this edge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I see more. 5, 6, 7, and the one in the back, 8. Don't move it. 8. 8 edges. Ooh, okay. All right. What about the vertices? Those owie points. I don't, one on top's really sharp. Ow! That's 1. Now start in the front. 1, 2, 3. Oop, 3. Let me try that again. All right, let's count the vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ow, 5 times. I got poked 5 times in the corner. All right. Look at how you can describe the shape. So now if it was a mystery and I said, I'm thinking of a shape that has 6 sides. Look how you can describe the shapes using their attributes. Now you can solve mysteries. If I said, I'm thinking of a shape that has 6 faces, 12 edges, and 8 vertices, what am I thinking of? I know that. It's the cube because I know it has 6 faces, 12 edges, and 8 owie vertices. Wonderful. Now let's try this on your own. Rectangular prism. Let's do the red one at the top. How many faces do you remember? It's a lot like the cube. It's just stretched out. Remember how many faces it has? If you even hold this steady, you can count because you can kind of see behind it. They've made it a little transparent so you can count all the faces. If you said 6 faces, you got it right. Let's try the edges. Run your finger along the edge, but don't fall off. Count them all. If you said 12, you got it right, just like the cube. And those vertices. Ooh, don't get hurt. 8. Yes, I agree. 8. All right, let's go down here and do the silly sphere. Yeah? Wow, guess what? It doesn't have any vertices, no owie points, can't get poked on that, no edges to fall off of, and 1 round face. That's it. That's it. So let's talk about Mr. Cylinder. Oh, let's see. Does it have any vertices? Can you see any owie points? Does it have any edges? Any straight edges to fall off of? How about faces? I see faces too. Yes, it has one at the top, one at the bottom in a circular shape, and then it also has the round face. That makes three. Three faces, 0 edges, and 0 vertices. Beautiful. All right, let's move on. This is how we can describe our objects so that we can sort them. Now, here I have some clues. Let's read the clues, and you have to match the clues to the object. Once you do, slide the object into the correct place on the chart. Are you ready to sort? All right, let me read the first one. In the first column at the bottom, it says, I have 5 faces and 8 edges. What am I? All right, let's look at the shapes. 5 faces, 8 edges. Well, I don't think it's the red rectangular prism because remember that had more faces. It was just like the cube. So, oh, I remember now. It was the square pyramid. It has 5 faces and 8 edges. It doesn't tell us how many vertices this one has, but that's okay. We can count those separately. Now let's do the next one. In the middle, let's see if you can find this shape. I have 2 faces and 1 edge. What's a shape that has 2 faces and 1 edge? Only 2 faces. Yes, there it is. The cone. Very good. And now let's do the last one. I have 6 faces and 12 edges. Yeah, just like the cube. Very good. Nice work, guys. All right, let's move on. Oh, 3 more. 3 more. Can you do these 3? I have 3 faces and 0 vertices. What am I? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did learn that one. It was the cylinder. 3 faces, but no corners or vertices. I like calling them by their mathematical name, vertices. Let's try the middle one. I have 1 face and 0 vertices. 1 face, no. Oh, we know that. Yeah, very good. Now let's come over here and look at the last one. Read these clues. These are the properties or attributes. I'll read them to you and you tell me what shape we can match. I have 6 faces and 8 vertices. Yeah, well, it's the last one left. I know that, but it also does have 6 faces. If you count the faces, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then top and bottom, 5, and under the bottom, 6, it matches. 8 vertices, ow, 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 ow. And then around the bottom, ow, 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 ow. That makes 8. 4 plus 4 equals 8. It's a cube. Very nice. So now you're able to sort your shapes just by identifying them based on their properties or attributes. You have to be able to describe them. So now you know how. All right, now we're going to take a quick brain break, very quick. Not going to do the whole thing. So you can stand up. This is really interactive and I love this video. So pay attention.
Welcome to Escape into Summer.
Okay, make sure you have a little room.
It's time for a backyard barbecue. Race through town to grab your burger ingredients. Duck under the hot air balloons. Slice the watermelons. Dodge the ice cream. And jump over the hot coals for the barbecue.
Okay, that means we're going to start running in place. You know how to run in place? Okay, ooh, jump over the fire. Oh, dodge. Oh, don't get hit by the ketchup. Jump. No, not cheese. Underneath. Oh, slice, slice, slice. Dodge. Away. Jump. Oh, this is slice. No, that's not slice. Where's the slicing watermelon? There we go. Slice. Jump. Slice. Dodge. Dodge. Jump. get that. Jump. Are you guys getting tired? Like slice, slice, slice. Jump. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Dodge, jeez. Underneath. Jump over.
It's time for Burger Battle Showdown.
Awesome. That was a fun activity and got your blood going, which goes right to your brain and helps you think. Let's finish up our lesson by moving into science, right? Now, it's great that we are doing more of the same in science. We are going to look at an object, plants. We're going to look at some plants today, and we're going to describe the plants based on their properties so that we can sort them. My goodness, we're doing a lot of sorting today. I hope you go sort your toys later today. Maybe sort something, rocks, crayons. What can you sort at home? For now, let's do plants. How are these plants sorted? Look at the pictures of the plants. Imagine that someone, maybe someone who works in a science lab sorting plants that make medicines. Yeah, you can make medicines from some plants. And they have to sort the plants so they make the right medicines. How are these plants sorted? What do you guys think? Are they sorted by size? Color? Flower? Maybe some have fruits and some don't. Maybe some only grow during the summer and spring months. So many different ways. You're right. There are many ways that we can sort objects. We just have to be able to describe them before we can sort them. So now let's practice. When we are sorting plants, one of the ways that we can think of is their texture. Yeah, feeling them. Some are prickly, ow, 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 like the vertices, and some are smooth. Yeah, I like the smooth plants myself. Now, let's look at those pictures and see if you can identify and then sort the prickly plants and the smooth plants. Can you slide the pictures? The first box says prickly, ow. And the second box says smooth. So let's see if you can sort. Find all the prickly plants. That's how you can describe them. Ooh, there's one. Ow, ow. Ooh, these are kind of prickly. Oh, look at that cactus. Yes, I agree. How about smooth plants? Oh, that looks smooth. Oh, the flowers look smooth. What about this guy? Could that be a smooth plant? Are those leaves smooth? What about the bark? Yeah, that's a great way to sort the plants. Yes, if you go outside without garden gloves on, you need to know which plants are prickly and which ones are smooth. Fabulous. Great job, guys. All right, let's try the next one. You can do this one. Sort them any way you like. Now look at each picture. Think of an attribute or a property of the plants and see how you can sort them. One group in one basket or box and the other group in the other box. How would you do it? Oh, I think I like this one too. I'm going to put all the ones with the flowers in one box. So the flower box, and then the plants that don't have any flowers, maybe I'll put them over there. How's that look? Is that one way to sort? Yeah. Could you think of a different way? Could we put all the pink flowers in one? Could we put all the vines or climbing plants into one box? Oh, different ways to sort based on their properties or attributes. Yes, I agree. Now that our lesson is complete, we have sorted and identified and described both shapes and objects like plants and learned how to sort them into their categories. How confident do you feel now about sorting and identifying objects? Do you know it really well? I've got this. Yeah, I know how to do this. How about B? "Oh, I still need a little practice." Or C? "Ooh, I still need some help. I'm making too many mistakes." Be honest. Tell me how you feel now that our lesson is over. Describing shapes based on their attributes so that you can sort them, identify them, and plants. You guys did amazing. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for learning with me. I hope to see you next week. Keep practicing. Remember, I will share the Nearpod with you and your families so you can practice on your own. I hope you have a fabulous week, and I'll see you soon.